For the past 1 year, many towns and communities in Osun State are without traditional ruler even after their installation and presentation with staff of office and instruments of appointment by former Governor Adeleke Oyetola. Our correspondent, Rafiu Ahmed, takes a look at the circumstances surrounding their appointments and its subsequent reversal by Governor Adeleke in November last year.
In the twilight of his administration as governor of Osun State, Adeleke Oyetola appointed and presented staff of office and instrument of appointment to more than 20 traditional rulers. They include the Akiro of Ikiron, Oba Olaleka Kadiri, the Ewa of Igbajo, Oba Adegbuyega Famodun, the Are of Ire, Oba Olupanle Ademola, the Olupo of Olupana, Oba Rafiu Oyekami, among others. Ademola Adeleke was sworn in on the 27th of November 2022 as the governor of Osun State. His first assignment on Monday 28th of November was to issue some executive orders. The executive order on chieftaincy affairs and appointment of traditional rulers affected 28 stools. However, the governor was particular about the Are of Ire, the Ewa of Igbajo, and the Akiro of Ikiron, as he ordered them to stay away from their palaces and directed security operatives to take charge. He thereafter set up a review committee to look into the appointments of the affected traditional rulers, and the committee, led by Bumi Jenyo, submitted its report in March this year.
Over 1,000 petitions, and we had interview with over 200 individuals, including the kingmakers.
Ademola Adeleke promised to issue a white paper on the report.
We just want to make sure that Osun State is different from other states. That under my leadership, we will make sure that we have rule of law. We will make sure that we have due process.
8 months after, the state government is yet to issue a white paper, and this is now a source of concern for many, particularly residents of the affected towns and communities. The Elemaga of Ikiron and one of the Ikiron kingmakers is surprised that politics is being played with traditional institutions.
Selection of kingship in our town lie within the jurisdiction of the kingmakers. The kingmakers of Ikiron has spoken, and spoken loudly, that we were all behind Oba Olaleka Kadiri, being the only person who got 6 votes of the kingmakers out of the 7 who participated.
The secretary of the 6 ruling houses in Ire says the negative effects of the action of government on the socio-economic development of the town cannot be underestimated.
What we are expecting the governor to do right now is to come up with the right decision on reopening of the palace being closed down, because this has really affected the community.
The Oluomo of Igbajo, Sunday Akere, said due process was followed in the selection and appointment of Owa of Igbajo, Oba Adegbuyega Famodun.
There's a process by which you can choose an Oba in the town, and the kingmakers made their choice. The selected prince went through the necessary process before he was crowned as the current Owa of Igbajo. If anybody is displeased with the process, the courts of law are there to adjudicate on the process. That is why we are appealing that the government should do the needful today.
The Olowo of Kuta, Oba Adekunle Makama, appeals to the state government not to waste time in releasing the white paper. We visit the Ministry of Local Governments and Chieftaincy Matters, and the Commissioner, Dosu Babatunde, says the governor is being meticulous in studying the report, considering the number of stools involved.
Because of the enormity of the number of chieftaincies involved and the importance of the chieftaincy institution in Osun State and in Nigeria, it becomes imperative for the governor not to take a hasty decision on them. So the government is looking at the chieftaincies one after the other with a view to taking a decision that will be longer lasting, that will solve the problems once and for all.
By the 28th of November, it will be exactly a year that the traditional rulers were told to vacate their palaces. The fate of the affected traditional rulers still hang in the balance, but the Commissioner for Local Governments and Chieftaincy Affairs is appealing for more patience from residents of various communities affected, with an assurance that a white paper will soon be issued by the state government. Rafiu Hamid, TVC News, Osogbo.